Look, everyone's talking about how AI is going to replace jobs, right? But what if I told you it's actually about creating a whole new class of winners? I'm talking about entrepreneurs who, over the next year or two, are going to build 6, maybe even 7-figure businesses. And no, this isn't just a bunch of hype. This is a real, practical playbook. We're going to walk through 5 proven models that people are using right now. So let's get into it.
So, the big question is, where are these AI millionaires actually popping up? Because if you're just scrolling through the news, you'd think you need a ton of venture capital, that you have to go head-to-head with the big tech giants. But the reality? The real story on the ground is completely different.
Okay, so here's the big secret, the thing most people miss. They are not trying to build the next ChatGPT. They're not building some giant foundational large language model. You know, this time around, the gold rush isn't about manufacturing the shovels. Nope. It's about something way, way more accessible to you and me.
They're selling automated outcomes. Seriously, that's it. They find a boring, repetitive, expensive business process, and they just use the AI tools that already exist to automate it. They deliver a clear, measurable result to a client. That's the entire game right there.
And this whole opportunity exists because of what I like to call AI's billion-dollar service gap. Think about it. On one hand, you've got these huge consulting firms like McKinsey shouting from the rooftops about massive productivity gains from AI. But on the other hand, you've got tons of small and medium-sized businesses who are desperate for a piece of that action, but they have absolutely no clue where to even start. They don't have the time, they don't have the in-house skills, and that gap, well, that's exactly where the opportunity is.
So, how do you actually fill that gap? Well, let's break it down. We're going to look at 5 proven, totally realistic business models that solopreneurs and small agencies are using to build some seriously profitable businesses as we speak.
All right, first up, we've got the most direct path you can take, the AI automation service. This is your classic done-for-you service. You find a really painful manual process inside a company, things like sorting through support tickets or figuring out where invoices go, and you just build an automation that does it all for them.
Now, what's really cool about this one is the pricing. You can charge a pretty nice setup for you right off the bat. We're talking $2,000 to $8,000 just to build the initial workflow. But the real magic? That's in the monthly retainer you charge for maintenance and improvements. Think about it. Just 10 clients paying you $1,500 a month. That's an incredible business for one person. Now just look at the tools you need. There's nothing crazy or exotic here. You're using everyday tools like Zapier or Make, connecting them to an AI model, and then plugging into the client's data, which might just be sitting in a Google Sheet or their CRM. This is so accessible.
Okay, let's level up a bit. Model number 2 is what we call the productized AI agent. So instead of doing a completely custom job every single time, you package up a solution for a very specific task. Imagine a level 1 support agent that's pre-built to handle, say, the top 10 most common customer questions. See the difference? It's a product, not just a one-off service.
The key here is that it's a fixed scope project. Since you're solving the exact same problem for multiple clients, you can charge a bit less for the setup, but, and this is huge, you can get it up and running way faster. And that retainer? That covers the really important stuff, like monitoring and making sure the AI stays on track and operates safely.
Now, the tool stack for this one gets a little more advanced. You might be using something like LangChain, and you'll probably need what's called a vector database. Don't let that scare you. It's basically just a special database designed to make it super easy for an AI to search through information. But the bottom line is, these are still tools anyone can get their hands on.
Right, on to Model 3, the AI content engine. Now, if you've got any kind of marketing or media background, this one is for you. The strategy is to pick a super specific niche. I'm talking real estate agents, local dentists, you name it, and you build an entire automated system that can create content briefs, write first drafts, and even chop up long videos into little clips for social media.
And this is such a great example of why picking a niche is so powerful. You could sell this whole system as a service for a monthly retainer, or you could build your own media brand in that niche and make money from ads, affiliate links, or even selling your own digital products. It's an incredibly flexible model.
But listen, the secret to making this work isn't just about the tech, it's the human touch. The AI is great for creating the first drafts, but what makes it good is your strong editorial style guide and a human eye making sure it's high quality. You're not selling raw AI text, you're selling a quality content system.
Model 4 is for all the builders and developers watching. It's the micro SaaS. What does that mean? It means you build a small, super focused piece of software that solves one specific, painful problem. Think of a little tool that automatically creates sales proposals, or one that listens to a meeting, summarizes it, and spits out action items. It's a small utility, but it has a huge impact.
And the beauty of this model? It's all about that sweet, sweet subscription revenue. You're not trading your hours for dollars anymore. Do the math. At just $50 a month, you only need 200 users to be hitting 6 figures a year. The whole goal is to find that small, passionate group of people who absolutely love what you've built.
And the tech stack to pull this off is so modern and efficient these days. You've got tools like Vercel's AI SDK, Superbase for your database, Stripe for payments. These things make it faster than it has ever been for a single person to build, launch, and actually make money from a real software product.
Okay, last but not least, we have Model 5, Education and IP. This is a really natural evolution. Once you get good at any of the first 4 models, you automatically build up a ton of expertise, right? Well, this model is all about packaging that knowledge up and selling it as a digital product. We're talking playbooks, templates, prompt packs, or even full-blown courses. You can even create what's called a value ladder. You start with something cheap, like a prompt pack, to get people in the door. Then you offer a more in-depth course. And maybe at the top, you have a high-ticket live training session. And just like with the other models, being super specific, like a course on AI for real estate operations, is absolutely the key to success. And again, the tools to do this are things you probably already know. You can sell your stuff on Gumroad, build a community for your students on Circle or Discord, and get the word out with email and short-form video. At the end of the day, you're just making money from what you already know. Now, this next part is absolutely critical, no matter which model you pick. To build trust with your clients, you have to deploy your solution professionally, and that means following this simple 3-stage path. First, you run it in shadow mode. The AI just runs in the background, not touching anything real. Next, you move to supervised mode, where a human has to approve everything the AI does. And only when you've proven that it's reliable and actually saving money do you flip the switch to autonomous mode, with very clear safety rails in place.
So how fast can you actually get started? Believe it or not, this 7-day plan shows how you can go from just an idea to pitching your very first client in 1 week. The secret is focus. Pick one niche, one workflow, and put together a simple pilot offer. Taking action is what's going to give you clarity.
And all of this really brings us to the single most important idea I want you to walk away with, your competitive advantage, your moat, as they say. It is not the AI tech. The AI models are basically becoming commodities. They're available to everyone. Your real defensible advantage is your deep human understanding of a specific industry, its workflows, its procedures, its data. Ultimately, that is what clients are paying for. So the final question you should be asking yourself isn't, what's the best AI tool? The real question is this: what business process, whether it's in sales, marketing, operations, whatever, what process do you know inside and out better than almost anyone else? Because I promise you, that's where your 7-figure opportunity is waiting.